Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is for all of you beautiful people. I have to say something. I can't help it. It's who I am. If you haven't learned that about me now, well, guess what? You're learning it today. Since with the whole everything since the election and with the COVID and everything else and both sides just bickering and fighting with each other and calling each other names and fascists, supremacists, whatever. I have always been on the side of peace and big, mainly freedom of speech. Because that is how we get to the root cause of the fixing issues, freedom of speech, right? So you have an opinion, I have an opinion. I say my opinion, you say your opinion, and we have a rational, logical discussion about it and come to the conclusion and find what is actually best for us as a country, us as Americans. Now, I haven't stood on one side or the other, except for peace and love. I am taking a stand on this, though. I can't not do it when I see a news channel openly trying to shut down freedom of speech, whether or not you agree with the speech that's being said or not. There's a reason why it's the First Amendment, because as soon as you get rid of the fact that people can say their opinions and their feelings, and we can have logical, rational discussions and come to that point of what's best with America, if you only have a narrative from one side, as soon as that happens, everything we've worked for as a country is lost. Whether you agree with what they say or not doesn't matter, because that's how things come to be. What I did watch the Reagan JFK debates. They don't agree with each other on all the issues. The ones that they do, they say they do agree on, but they talk about the hard-hitting issues. They talk about where this country needs to go, and they would both agree, yep, the country needs to move forward in this. I don't agree with your plan. I think this should be the plan. And then the other guy, whether it's, Reagan or Kennedy, will be like, no, I understand where you're coming from. Here's what I think. And that is open dialogue. And that does not exist without freedom of speech. So just check out this news clip. I think it's like 45 seconds is what I clipped from it. And then see you right back here.
Second, we have to turn down the capability of these conservative influencers to reach these huge audiences. There are people on YouTube, for example, that have a larger audience than daytime CNN, and they are extremely radical and pushing extremely radical views. And so it's up to the Facebooks and YouTubes in particular to think about whether or not they want to be effectively cable networks for disinformation. And then we're going to have to figure out the OANN and Newsmax problem. That these companies have freedom of speech, but I'm not sure we need Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, and such to be bringing them into tens of millions of homes. This is allowing people to seek out information if they really want to, but not pushing it into their faces, I think is where we're going to have to go here.
So what they're saying is that YouTube, Facebook, they have a right to say, nope, you can't say anything on the conservative side because it can lead people to extremism, or these people might be extremists in this aspect or that aspect, whatever, which is irritating because, the big news. Well, and then they talk about Newsmax and whatever else, which I don't watch Newsmax. I don't know. But to say that this news organization can't broadcast news the way that they want, being right-leaning, but CNN can broadcast everything that they want left-leaning, is just atrocious. And then, as far as YouTube, the only... There's two. The only two real big ones that I know of that might get more views in daytime CNN news broadcasts would be one, the Hodge twins, maybe because they were in the millions of views on their videos, and then the other one is Ben Shapiro. Maybe louder with Crowder, I don't know. But the Hodge twins, I've never seen anything radical or hate-wise with them. Ben Shapiro, never seen anything like radical or calling for hate or anything with him. Just difference of opinions. Now, do I agree with everything that they say? No. Do I agree with some of the stuff they say? Yes. And that's the beauty of freedom of speech. You don't have to agree. And if you don't want to listen, change the channel. But when you get rid of an outlet, it just opens up too much opportunity for the other side to just take control completely and shut out and do whatever they want and put whatever narrative they want. Now, am I saying that liberals and Democrats are gonna take over the world? No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's a stepping stone in a process for somebody to come in and piggyback off of these kinds of things and start preaching a narrative that will just drive us down the wrong path. And this narrative is just driving us farther apart. It's ridiculous. 100%. We need unity in this country. We need open dialogue. Those cannot happen if we start censoring speeches, if we start telling that the cable channels, if these guys have a conservative outlet, you don't have to do them. Tell YouTube, hey, you don't have to allow these people to broadcast on your thing. Facebook, hey, you can take, which Facebook has already taken down posts and stuff like that. Everybody knows that's a big joke, Facebook jail. But to say, hey, if somebody says something bad about the president or contrary to, the president's ideologies or what's happening in the government, you can take those down. You can take those down. That's censorship, and that is not okay at all. Do I always agree? No. With what people say? No. I disagree with a lot of what a lot of people say. All the time. Left and right included. Because they're both stockpiled with idiots on the extreme ends of them. But by doing that, it makes the people closer to the middle, like myself, that might have a difference of opinion, makes it difficult for me to say what I need to say. And this video is getting long. And I don't mean it to. I'm sorry. Just kind of cheesed me a little bit. Made me a little bit upset. I had to put these words out. So, thanks for watching. As always, God bless your family and America.